What was the vision and sort of the reasoning behind the transition from Range Protocol over to Scape? Folks, we are live at TOKEN2049 in Dubai. Matt Zahad here from cryptonews.com. I'm here with Sid, co-founder and CEO of Skate. Sid, super pumped to be with you today. Let's lay the land down a little bit. Tell myself and our viewers a little bit about Skate.
Got it. So with Skate, we have an ambitious vision. What we're trying to do is build a universal application layer, which would enable apps to run on thousands of chains with one global state. So you can imagine like what's happening on EVM right now is that a lot of new EVM chains are coming up, but 90% of their development efforts goes on sort of forking the themes that worked on Ethereum. That's what we're trying to bake. So we will have this infrastructure where you can deploy it once and it will run with the same state on all the chains. So it's like an application oracle as we're trying to build.
Very cool. Now, you guys were recently called Range Protocol. What was the vision and sort of the reasoning behind the transition from Range Protocol over to Scape?
Yeah, so at Range Protocol, it was like very DeFi focused. So what we were doing was like liquidity management for a lot of project teams, and we were expanding to across multiple EVM ecosystems. We went live on like 15 chains. We had 250K plus users, 30 million plus in TVL, 4 billion in trading volume. But then even at that point, like the key pain point that we were trying to address is that now with all these new chains coming up, there were a lot of project team that wanted to expand their liquidity to all these chains. But in the current model, you have to sort of like give incentives on every chain, and it's like horizontally or cost increases for scaling. So that's where we were trying to help them in terms of like say working with private market makers for doing active liquidity management. But then at that point, we sort of recognized this problem that it's not just about fragmentation at the liquidity level, but it's more about like application level, where you need to have a generalized infra, because the idea for the modular thesis was like you will have these thousands of chains, but these chains would be like very app specific. You will customize based on the use case that you want to handle. But as I said, like all that is happening right now on the EVM side is sort of forking these things. So that's where we sort of decided like, let's not just focus just on the DeFi side, let's solve it in a generalized way where we can make Web3 like innovative again, in the sense like stop forking the same themes, stop working on application duplications, but rather on innovation here. So that's how sort of the transition came to place.
Amazing. Sid, really appreciate your time, man. Thank you so much.